All right, so we're only touching on a couple of things today. Let me make sure that I can see you and you can see me. Listening in while you're working, Monique, awesome. Okay, so touching on a couple of things. I am working on a couple of exciting things my side. I don't know about you. The Spirit of Beauty in Africa project is just one of them. Something happened this morning. I'm like, oh my gosh. There has been some pressure and fire added to my life, which might turn out to be freaking awesome. So I will share that as all is confirmed and when it all unfolds, which will probably be Monday, which means that you need to be working on a goal, okay? So I want you to just take a minute right now and I want you to type into the chat box, what is one goal? And I don't just mean a little teeny tiny easy goal, because we're not here for easy. Easy doesn't deliver any lasting value. What is one goal that you are currently working on? I want you to type it in the chat box for me, okay? What is one goal that you are currently working on? Don't give me your, I'm going to bake a chocolate cake on Saturday nonsense. One goal in terms of your confidence, your beauty, your influence, your income, because that's what we're doing here, right? Doesn't matter what it is. If it's private, well, then you can keep it private, but this is a private coaching call. The recording only goes to those in the coaching program. Tell me what it is that you're working on, apart from being in this program, which is fantastic, but this is self-paced and you have, you're working through your assignments. You might be in the beginning, you might be toward the end. You are working on leveling up to a new work position. Ruth, I like it. I love it. I'd like to hear more about that soon. Working on fully accepting who I am and celebrate it instead of criticizing it. Question for you, Miss Monique, and you can type it in there. How long have you been working on that? And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I arrived, as in fully accepting myself, where are you at? Give me a number. Ella, you're writing a business plan for consulting services. That's phenomenal. Nice. You've been working on it for years and you're at a 6.5. How many years, Monique? And that's great. We work on these things all the time, right? And we're working on our character. We're working on our integrity. Since 2015, I like it, Monique. I've told you many times, you are very diligent and you invest in yourself. I'm looking for a more practical, tangible goal. What are you working on? Organizing every area of my house. It's not my strength. I like that, Safiri. Bodybuilding, Denise, getting into shape, stopping criticizing and stopping criticizing your husband or stopping the husband. Yeah, I'm not sure which one that is, but either way, hopefully you're not criticizing there. Nice. Organizing every area of your house. I like that, Safiri. Things that don't come naturally to us is what we must work harder on. And these things are all skills, right? There was a time when you didn't look like this that I'm seeing you. There was a time when I looked at you and I was like, yeah, you need this program. Welcome. With all the love in my heart that you know. Now I look at you and I'm like, you look very different. I've been watching a lot of you in Dress to Connect and in different places. And so you're building skill, you're building power, you're building confidence here. But Cindy, married by the year's end. Like it. I stand in agreement with that. Keep us posted. Come on, Jeff. Come on now. Oh, wouldn't it be awesome if you proposed on South African soil? I mean, I'm just putting it out there. You know, I'm just saying, you know, anyway, don't get me started on that. I love to see proposals happening. Working on getting out of my comfort zone, both style and experience. Nice, Ella. Getting rid of a house full of things that no longer serve us. Yes. My bigger goal is marriage in the next 12 months. Monique, you went from I'm waiting for him on our last conversation to now in the next 12 months. I like that. That is how you hit goals. Yes, a marriage proposal in 12 months. I stand in agreement. Oh my gosh, start the hints. Yes. And I'll go from hint to like powering forward and planting powerful seed. So my first cold beer in South Africa in October is going to be with Jeff. I'm kidding. Don't worry. I'm not going to bring him under pressure. Really, I don't think. Anyway, so where was I? Yes, a practical goal. Okay. If you're not working towards something practical, Stephanie, did you put yours in here? Did I miss yours? Rhonda, I know you're driving, honey. Don't type and drive. Okay. I would not like for that to happen. But I want to make sure that I didn't miss anything here. But if yours is in here, and I missed it, just give it to me. Rhonda, why don't you just unmute yourself for 10 seconds and tell me what goal it is that you're working on? Rhonda, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Tell me what it is you're working on.
The modules, 3 days a week, for the coaching program. 3 days a week. I'm spending time with you 3 days a week.
Nice. I like it. Good job. Thank you for unmuting yourself. You can go back. I like it. 3 modules a week. That's fantastic. That is commitment. That is excellence. Becoming more confident in who I am. Miss Farmer, how are you doing that? Unmute yourself. And now I'll give you a heads up. You're next. Stephanie, how are you doing? How are you becoming more confident in who you are?
Going through the program has helped a ton.
Nice.
Because I didn't realize how much I had changed myself and how different I had become from who I was.
Okay. All right. I like it. And where are you in the program exactly?
I need to make my photo album.
Okay,
so
that's where you're at. That's fantastic. And listen, if you want to make a style file that is either in print or soft copy, it's up to you. We will have an app one day. I'm not rushing it. We've had options and I'm not happy with what I've seen. So there's going to be an app and it's going to be easy and it's going to be really, really helpful. But that's good. I love where you're at. And you and I are due for a coaching call, I think, Stephanie.
Okay, so I have a question about that.
Oh, you do? Okay, go for it while I have you.
Okay, so how do I know when to schedule a coaching call with you? I guess because I've never really had a coach, I don't know what I'm doing.
So there's no one way to do it. You just book a call when you need me. So in your client welcome email, there is a link that says one-on-one half-hour coaching call, because that is a separate link to the introduction call, which you and I have had. So it's a half-hour coaching call. You book it. You'll find my availability online. And you book a slot and book it when you need me. So you're toward the end of the program. So you might have some questions. You should have a couple of questions, even, if you've been through everything. You might want to debrief. You may want to have a strategic kind of exit interview saying, this is where I'm at, where I was, this is where I'm at, and can I have some help going forward? What now? And so many questions you can ask. Okay, so be mindful of that. Just have a look at your course overview again, the agenda, and make sure I've lost you now. Let me just go here. And then just make sure that you know exactly where you are with your personal profiling, your vision, your alchemy of self. I would love to see your alchemy of self when you book that call with me. So go for it this week, next week. I think the sooner the better, so that you can finish strong and I can help you with anything that maybe you haven't thought of by now, okay? Because once you finish the program, now what? Now it's maintaining that momentum in the right direction, okay? So we need a plan there. So go ahead and do that. Thanks, Stephanie. And now, unmute yourself, my love. So if you haven't met Anel, this is my gorgeous exec assistant. She started with us not long ago, and you're going to tell us what practical goal you're working on right now.
Sorry, the internet connection was bad. The practical role that I'm working on right now?
Yeah.
Well, currently I started reading Linda's book, which is an unstopper. If you start reading the book, you can't stop with that. And also with the module, with the program, I'm on module 2 right now. So I would really like to finish that, say by middle of, well, in the next 2 to 3 weeks, have that under my belt and finish that. Yeah, every night I'll do a bit, and on the weekend, of course, I'll do that as well.
Nice, I like it. So she is under fire right now, learning, training, handing over, coaching and everything. So great. And now you can mute yourself. Thank you, my love. And then get specific, okay? So exactly how much per night or per weekend are you going to do? Because that's going to give you specific timelines. That's awesome. All right. Hello, gorgeous Pamela. Hello, Miss Echo. You are brand new here. Welcome, my lovely. Thank you for rescheduling since yesterday. I appreciate that. I'll be on call with you right after this coaching call. Thank you for that. Okay, so Gloria Larissa, you were saying, Larissa, cutting down excess goals so I can become strategically focused. Yes, that's a good one. Been having lots of calls around that lately, lots of coaching around focus. And I don't mean split focus on keeping the main thing produces peace and produces results. Produces peace and it produces results. And I've shared with you a couple of times how I walked away from, first of all, my corporate career many years ago, and I just put it all on ice. For 3 years, I went from international sales director for a global company to homeschooling mom, which was terrifying and fantastic. I mean, boardroom meetings were far easier than my first month of homeschooling, that it was one of the best things, it was the best promotion of my life. And then I said to you, I got a real clear message from heaven above a few years ago. I just launched my book. Linda Page is just taking off. And then I get a message, take a year off. I'm like, okay, because I know that voice is not mine. That was not my idea. One of the best things I ever did. It gave me such peace and rest, and I was able to support my husband through something that we didn't see coming. And I came back stronger, calmer, steadier, more creative, and just more focused. So yes, focus is it. If you want to go far, remember my analogy: focus, apply, repeat. FAR. Focus, apply, repeat. Usually as women, there are things we need to put down in our lives. Of the 3 or 4 or 5 balls, multitasking is not a skill. Multitasking is not smart. It doesn't produce confidence. It pulls on your confidence. So you got to choose. Well, I've just been talking to my staff about it today as well in the last couple of days. The professional athletes, what they do is they do the basics, right? They do the basics better than anybody. And the basics for them are sometimes is dribble. Just dribble the ball. They're not shooting. They're not all trying to be Magic Johnson. They pitch up for practice and they dribble and they run and they dribble and they run and they dribble and they run. And then they dribble and they run some more. They're so strong on the foundational basics. That's what sets them up to shoot the hoops. That's what sets them up to win. So whatever that is in your life, you've got to decide. Do you have a side hustle? I don't really like that name. I don't think a side hustle is honoring of the value of the part-time business you're building. I would never have a part-time hustle. I might have 2 businesses, but not a part-time hustle, not a side hustle, because then you know what that is? The side hustle is kind of, yeah, it's on the side. You're not looking at your side hustle. Your vision is here, you're looking forward. The side hustle is not getting your commitment. And when there is no commitment, there's going to be no results, right? So if it is a part-time business, call it what it is. It's a part-time business. If you make lip balm and there is value in it and people want to buy it and you sell it for $3, that is not a part-time hustle. That's a little business. You don't know where that might go. So when it comes to building your confidence, your self-esteem, whatever it is, whether it's the expertise inside of you or the product that you have developed, you got to take it to market. Because why not? Why would you hold on to value? Whether it's with you or with your product or your service, right? So that's what we're doing here, is we're making sure that you take action in the direction of your identity, which is, and I did a little marketing thing this morning, is just give me by a show of hands, and just a quick show of hands. Is there something in your life right now that is either like really terrifies you, but it's something you want to do? Show me by way of hands. That like really scares you, but you want to do it, okay? That's just about everybody. So can you see that? Now, let me tell you something. Are you ready? And be very clear on writing this down. Are you ready? The thing that terrifies you is the opportunity you've been praying for and wanting and waiting for and thinking about and writing about and praying about. The very thing that terrifies you is the thing you have to go and do. That's how I've been living my life since I was 17 years old. When I first started with presentation skills, I'm like, you know what just got me to do presentation skills as a very young woman in my career was that it petrified me. I was terrified. I thought I went all red and blotchy. I didn't know what I was doing. Again, I was the youngest. I was the least experienced, least educated. And so what did I do? I had no option. I have to go through it. There's no way around it. You can't avoid it. Otherwise, what you're doing actively is you're choosing to play small. So the thing that terrifies you, I want you to take 7 seconds right now, and I want you to write it down. Just write it down on your piece of paper. That thing that scares you that you know you want to do, write it down. Maybe there's 2, maybe there's 3, pick one, just pick one. Now, by a show of hands, can I see, have you ever written it down before? Yes, if you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, most, okay? Maybe 3 or 4 have not, okay? So now you've written it down, okay? So you've done that before. Now we need to take another step. What is the next step that you're going to take toward this thing that terrifies you? Write that down. Take your time. We're not rushing through anything here. We've got a short agenda. What is a practical next step that you can take toward making this thing happen? Might be joining a community that operates in it. It might be downloading an audiobook to learn about it. It might be meeting with somebody who has done it and you want to learn from them. Your practical next step is something that you haven't done before, right? It's this practical next step. Because in your chat box, why don't you go ahead and type in your chat box, please? What is it that you're afraid of? Now, a lot of you will have the same answers, but look for the ones that are also not exactly the same. What is it that you're afraid of? This thing that terrifies you that you haven't done yet. So you're terrified of writing your book, okay? But what about it terrifies you, Vicky? Write it down.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Vicky, go for it. No, you're unmuted. Go for it.
I think because it's been something on my heart since I was little, and the thought of doing it and having it be awful or not be received or like that. So yeah, rejection.
So rejection and failure,
of
right?
it being bad. Yeah.
Being hurt again. Hang on. So, okay, good. All right. Thanks, Vicky. So being hurt again and not trusting. So being hurt again. Well, let me help you with a couple of things here. Probably rejection. Thanks, Renee. Afraid of messing up and embarrassing myself. Okay. Rejection and failure. Judgment, doing it poorly. Humiliation. All right. Well, how do you know if you write a book or whatever it is you have in front of you, how do you know that you failed? How will you know? Miss Hagedorn?
I guess if no one read it, or if it wasn't,
Does that
received.
classify it as a failure? Not so much in my books. You know how many people write books? Not many. You know why? It's freaking hard. So you might write a book, like Vicky has it on her heart to write a book, and I never planned to write a book. I wrote one. It's damn hard. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done. Next time I'm going to plan it. It might be a little easier. But she writes it. It's amazing. For her, it's an incredible accomplishment. That's not a failure. You'll write the damn book. Okay. So Miss Vicky, what was the practical next step that you put next to that book, if I may ask?
I have joined a book coaching group and have not engaged with it. So my next step would be to engage with that.
Nice. I like that. Thank you for your honesty. So when are you engaging?
Oh. Okay, let me look at my calendar.
I'll wait while you do that.
I will engage today. I have in between clients. I will engage today at 1 o'clock my time.
1 p.m. That's Texas time, hey?
Yes.
So Vicky, 1 p.m. post. So Vicky, you're going to lead the way here. And after you have connected with them, you're going to post in Dress to Connect or in the Power Personal Style, whatever you choose. I was held accountable. I followed through, and this is what happened. Okay. And we will be waiting for your story. Okay. So do it in the Power Personal Style. It's a smaller group. We'll find it easier. Tag me, please. And I want to see how that goes. Okay.
Okay.
I finished my last meeting at 7 p.m. tonight, so I shall be looking for that tag. All right. Nice. That's awesome. Thank you, Vicky. You can mute yourself. Thank you. So
thank you.
Do you see it's not that hard. But now let's go to what you're afraid of. So failure. So number one, we established that maybe what you think is failure is not failure. Okay. And so maybe there's maybe rejection. Well, if you're afraid of being rejected and being judged and being hurt, you may as well just lock up shop, man. You may as well just call it a day and I don't know, go and live go and live in New Zealand with the sheep and never try again, because I'm not saying people they don't try. I'm saying that you may as well just give up. In life, you are guaranteed to be hurt, Monique. And so you just got to stop being scared of it. In life, you are guaranteed of being rejected, Pam. So just get used to it. Just accept it. You're going to get rejected. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get gossiped about. It's going to happen. You need to strip that ego away. Who are you not to be hurt, right? Who are you? Who are you not to be hurt when others get hurt? Who are you not to be rejected and judged or gossiped about when you're doing something that is in your heart? You got to say, well, who am I not to be hurt? You get to be hurt so that you are strengthened in character, so that you can rise up over the next obstacle, so that you can eventually win. You have to get it wrong to get it right. I don't know if you have found another way. I have not. But when you step out and do that thing, you have to get it wrong in order to get it right. There is just no other way. Baking that cake, it's going to be a bit of a flop first time around. Riding that bike, you're going to bleed. But now look how she rides. Now look how she bakes. Now she's making money baking. Now she's on TV with her own cooking show. I have an awesome friend, beautiful, stunning, very competent friend in London. And I was helping her through something a couple of days ago. And she said, but what if I get it? And then what if I get that amazing job and that my career does take a turn and she's in film and music and everything. And what if, you know, and then what if I suck at it? I'm like, well, what if you don't? Like, heaven forbid, what if you ace it? What if they love you? What if it's like the beginning of all of your dreams coming to pass? All this prayer, like, stop with them. I'm not even kidding you. And you know, I'm a woman of prayer. I'm a woman of faith. Stop with the prayer. Your faith is dead if you're not taking action alongside your prayers. What are you praying for? That's not going to happen unless you put some action alongside it. You have to take action. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Otherwise, you can't just get up, look pretty, and what? And post some nice, you post your show reel on social media. That's not authentic. That's not real. That's just pretty pictures. There's no power in pretty pictures. It's just a pretty picture. The power is inside of you. It's in your spirit of beauty, right? So do the thing that you're afraid of. Just take the next step and be guaranteed and be confident in the fact that you are going to screw up. Because once you go like, I'm going to screw up anyway, let's just go and do it, then do it. You will shock yourself at how well you do. You will shock yourself at how you impact others and inspire others to rise up and do the same. Take that fear of rejection, failure, judgment, gossip, and slander, and just say, it's going to happen. I'm accepting it now, and I'm moving forward anyway. There is no place for that analysis paralysis in your life. There's no place for perfection. You know what you're gambling with? You're gambling with your life. You may as well sit at, I did this the other day, I'm like, I clearly don't gamble because I don't know that, the Russian roulette thing, right? Or whatever card game you play. And flapjack. What is it called? Blackjack. Blackjack, okay? Now it's a new name. This is the card game for flapjack. Or whatever it is, poker, okay? I could never play poker because all of my inside emotion is going to end up on my face. Now I will lose first round. If you're not doing these things that you want to do, what you're doing every time, with every single day, is you're pitching up to that card game and you're just throwing in your chips saying, I'm out. And then the next day comes around because you've got a gift of a new day. You get up and you dress up and you get there and like, I'm out. And then the next day, do you see what I mean? You're gambling with your life here. How many years do you think you're going to get? The thing that you're scared of doing, go and do the damn thing. Be done with it. Make a mistake, screw up, share it with us. We'll cheer you on. And that's your first step to getting it right. It's okay. People judge you anyway. If you didn't know that, I'm here to tell you the good news is that you are judged anyway. Everywhere you go, in every part of life that you participate, you're judged anyway. So take a deep breath and go, oh, I'll screw it. I'm going to do it. And take the next step. That's what we're going to do, okay? That's awesome. Vicky, thank you for leading the way there. We look forward to your post. All right. So what we're talking about here just for today is a very simple few legitimate reasons I want to give you why thrift shopping does not belong in your life. And I've mentioned this a number of times, and I'll give you some very concrete reasons. Now I'm going to lead with this. I'm not saying that every now and again you cannot or should not go into a thrift store or a charity store in the UK or in Europe. And when you find something like this, let's say a gorgeous, beautiful blazer, I just got this on Free People recently. I love it. It's got a long thing at the back. And you see this and it's there for $12. I'm not saying don't get it. If you're looking for this kind of thing, or because that's okay, as long as it's the exception and not the rule. Let me give you a couple of reasons why thrift shopping has got nothing in common with a woman of substance, a woman of style, a woman who is very focused on what she wants and how she gets up and dresses up and steps out of her front door. Number one, those $5 charity stores were never designed with you in mind. They were never designed for you. They were not intended for you. They were intended for genuine men and women who are on a $5 budget, who need to go and buy a $5 blazer to dress nicely for an interview that they desperately need. They don't have the money. They're trying to get somewhere in life. They're trying to secure their income. They have kids who they've got to buy a $1 t-shirt for, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But it wasn't designed with you in mind. So what are you doing now? You're shopping at Nordstrom Rack and at Macy's and at Zara and the department store and at your thrift store. And now you have a closet full of clothes and you have nothing to wear. Or it's akin to you being in a restaurant. Have you ever been in a restaurant where you have a menu that's got so many blimmin' options? You're like, oh, I don't know where to go. So you just knee jerk to your old, I'll just have the fish and chips again option, which means you're just wearing what you were wearing again anyway, because there's just too many options. Thrift store shopping adds complexity to your closet. We're in the business of simplifying and systemizing your closet. You want to write that down. Thrift store shopping adds complexity, where we are in the business of simplifying and systemizing. It's a very subtle but a very powerful influence that it brings into your closet. And if style is a mindset, our mind must be set on quality over quantity. Again, nothing wrong with picking up an item or two, but I'm not in agreement with going to the thrift store and taking $30 and buying 12 items. I'm not in agreement with that. Why? The next reason is there is no recipe or strategy in the thrift store. There's no strategy that they go to market with in terms of this is who we are. This is the kind of line that we bring into women or men. This is the quality. This is where we shop from. This is where we source our goods. This is where our buyers. So there's none of that. There's no strategy. It's hickledy-pickledy. It's a mess. It's a mishmash, and it's a lucky dip kind of thing. It's a lucky dip day is what you're doing. You step into that store and it's a lucky dip kind of day, and then you're going to end up with a lucky dip kind of closet. That doesn't communicate strength. That doesn't communicate intention and focus. Doesn't communicate the results that you want to walk out of your front door with, right? Remember, we're in the business of getting up, dressing up, being a bold light on a hill, feeling strong and confident so that we can catch her eye, edify, connect, raise her up. That's the Ferrari in your closet. It's not a little beat up Beetle. It's not a little old bicycle that you're riding. It is the Ferrari in your closet, and you have to think about it that way. Because as a man thinketh, so is he, right? Whether you think you can or you can't, Henry Ford, you're right. So there's no strategy there. So you end up with that complexity and that overflow. Then what happens to all the shopping that you do at all the shops, you and millions of other women, is we go to the charity store or to the thrift store. We want to donate all the goods we're not wearing because we wore them once or twice, at most maybe 3 times. It's shocking, you know, the number of days and sometimes hours that are now the average as to how much we wear one new item. We take it back to the thrift store. We want to donate it. Guess what they're doing? They're closing the doors on donations. They can't handle all the incoming goods. They can't handle it. So your clothing that you're buying from everywhere is now ending up on the shores of Haiti, which is where we stripped them, those men and women, we stripped them because of fast fashion, which is mass production and fashion retail. And we stripped them of their livelihood years and years and years ago because they were like designers and weavers and tailors and seamstresses. So Haiti used to be a thriving industry in that area. Mass production took over, fast fashion happened, bam, here we are, fast forward. Now the clothing is going back, but fortunately they are smart enough. They're very, very inventive. There's something called upcycling now. Anyway, that's another conversation for another time. But now you're part of the problem. Now you're part of the fast fashion problem, where your stuff is getting back to the thrift store quicker. They can't handle it. It gets shipped and dumped onto some shores. You're part of a bigger problem. It just becomes this ethical mess. I am not this big holier than thou ethical shopper, as you know, that I won't go somewhere because that's not what I do. But you can be smart and you can be intentional. And being someone who builds her closet with a capsule wardrobe in mind, with quality over quantity, with systemizing and simplifying is smart. And removing the complexity and being part of the solution. And part of the solution is, let's be smart with our time. Let's be smart with our money. Let's show our kids and our grandkids how to do the same. Because if we leave them to learn from the world about fashion, beauty, confidence, and body image, well, we know what that looks like right now, right? And so you're here and you're part of that solution, which is phenomenal. So it's being intentional with your time, being intentional with your money. And I mean, that's the gist of it. There's a longer conversation to be had, but that's why coloring your closet is something I'm just really, really ruthless about it. absolutely ruthless. I've done 3 culls the last while, and there are a couple of items I do wear, but I'm thinking like, do I wear them enough? You know, am I, because I tend to move my items like this, and I have some people and in my life who need more than I do, and that's where it goes. But I make sure that I'm not, you know, just doing that because I can just move it on, I can pass it on, I can bless the pieces. No, I'm very intentional with it. And so this is one of them. For example, when I was clearing out some stuff in my wardrobe today, this little cami I love, and it cost me quite a lot of money actually for what it is. And I've worn it a handful of times where I'm thinking, why am I not wearing it more? So you have to be intentional, and it's, the closet cull must be a one and done kind of thing. If you do a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit there, you'll have this cloud looming over you that just never damn well goes away. And your closet gets this big negative monster connotation to it. Like, you know, if you open the door, there's a monster waiting for you to cull the damn thing. No, it's a one and done kind of exercise. You'll always do it. I recommend either a quarterly or a biannual big thorough closet cull, depending on your personality, depending on how organized you are, depending on your budget, depending on how big or small your wardrobe is, right? But the closet cull is essential, and it shows that you are intentional. And so just get it done. If it's not done, just get it done. And there is such a reward to, if you're not this way inclined, there is such a reward to color coding your wardrobe. It doesn't have to be, but it's like, I go light, dark, light and bright to medium to dark, right? And then I go sleeveless, short sleeve, long sleeve jacket. And then my pants are on a different hanger. And then I've got my jerseys and my sweaters and everything on folded on the things, and everything is in its own place. And I am blessed, I've got quite a lot of space, but I've been in homes and times in my life where I haven't had, and you make it work. But that's what you got to do. So the next time you see a thrift store, I want you to stop and I want you to just have a look. Just go in and have a look at what women are buying in there. Just go in and see if you can, just do a little bit of a Ricky, just do a little bit of an assignment and have a look and see what's in their hands, what are they buying. Is anybody kind of, does it look like there's any kind of strategy? 1 or 2 smart women will be smart. They'll have a tiny budget and they'll be smart and go and figure it out. But that's who it's for. It's not for the Nordstrom racks, the Zara shoppers, and the mainstream. It's for people who really, really need it. And those stores now have become very, very rich. There are a couple of charity shops, I won't name them by name, in the UK that have hit the major news headlines. I'm talking a few years ago now, because they were bust, because what they said, and because they set out to do a certain thing and to help certain people, and their staff were supposed to be volunteers. But then what came up was they were paying people who were volunteers on the non-payroll. And so they found that money was going in all kinds of different places. And there they were saying, we can't take any more clothing. We're just overloaded. So we started selling stuff at a price that we're not supposed to. And all this fuzzy stuff comes out. So if they intended to help people who really need the help, let it be for them. All right. So that's all I want to say on thrift store shopping. The next point obviously is South Africa this Saturday. If you are coming to South Africa, and let me see if I can see any of you here. So Ella, you are coming to South Africa. Can't see everybody. Larissa, I know you're on the list. And I think that's it. Gloria Brown, okay. Yes, 3, maybe 4 coming to South Africa. And Ruth, there you are, just popped up in my window. Thank you, Ruth. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. So we have 21. And we have 1 seat left, okay? 1 seat left, because with 21, I've always wanted to keep space for some of the clients are going to come alone and have their own room. There are a couple who are coming and sharing a room, and then some of them are bringing their partners. You can bring your partner or hubby or boyfriend or your sister or a friend or whoever. And so we've kept some space for that. So if that goes according to how it's gone now, and my list is on my wall, we have space for 1 with a partner. And if that doesn't happen, it is going to open up. But we have a couple of people on standby. They're waiting for certain things. If that follows through, we're going to have to do it on a first come, first served basis. 1 seat left. All I'm going to say to you, whether you're here or you're going to catch this on the recording, is if you've been thinking about it and your heart skips a beat every time I say South Africa, October, don't be an idiot and miss an opportunity of a lifetime. This is never going to happen again. We'll do other events. This that I've got planned for this first international event is never going to happen again the way that I'm organizing it, ever. We're putting everything in. We're putting all of our resources in. We're not here to make profit on this thing. We're here to change lives with this event. So going forward, we might do a basic one. We might do, we're going to be doing shorter ones, but this 9-day event is to change lives, to do some more heart surgery and to power you up to the next level. It's going to be phenomenal. If you're thinking about it, get off the fence, get registered, make the time, make the money, and make it happen. Action. That's it. All right. And then the only other thing I want to let you know is 1st of July, from the 1st to the 7th of July, the first week, we usually run a mid-year promotion. So there is a promotion that I just posted in Dress to Connect today. You're so welcome to share it with friends, family members. There are some women out there who do not have the funds right now for the program. So I am just coming alongside them, and we do things a little bit, here and there to help them. So number one, my book is going on sale. It sells for $79. It sells well. And we are going to $39 from the 1st of July. Those who buy the book for $39 and want to do the coaching program, all they need to do is keep confirmation of the book order that they have placed, bring that to a consulting session. So we offer a free consultation. They'll probably get your book in with Cindy, who is our sales executive in North Carolina. Sometimes they get to talk with me. And then I'm offering an extra $250 off of the program. Here's your opportunity. Who in your life do you know needs help? Who in your life do you know needs bringing out from the cold into the fold of a group of women who are arising and shining, who are not letting their fears hold them back, who are boosting their self-confidence, their self-esteem, and no longer gambling with the years of their lives, but actually living the years of their lives that they are gifted? Who do you know? Don't be scared to approach someone, because here's what we normally do. A lot of people, for some reason, it's more women than men, we pay a referral fee. It's now $300. And a lot of women are uncomfortable with receiving a mandatory payment. So in my business books, if I'm used to paying for value. Is your time of any value? Yes. If you're going to market for me and you bring someone in, I'm very happy to pay $300 because that costs me less than my marketing efforts do, depending on the various funnels we use. So if you bring in a new client, you get the offer of either, you get to choose, either I pay you the $300 cash referral fee, which is a very standard practice across the whole global marketplace, or if you're uncomfortable with that, because why are people uncomfortable? Well, they think people will think that I'm doing it for the money. Are you doing it for the money? No. Well, then do it for the right reasons that you say you're doing it for. Don't worry about what they think. Is there value in it? Have you benefited from it? Have you risen up? Have you been boosted? Have you been strengthened? That's why you're doing it, right? So that she can also get those results. Or if you prefer, then I will send you as a gift 3 of my books. So they are valued at $79. I'll pay for the shipping as well. And then you'll have 3 of those big, beautiful, glossy coffee table books to give to anyone that you feel as a gift, or maybe it's early Christmas shopping for you and you get a head start. $300 or 3 books, including shipping, and you get to do with that what you like. All right, and that's basically it. We're running a simple promotion, the book, so from the 1st to the 7th of July, and think about who you know. This is how we sow seeds. This is what I do. If I find good products and good people, I am always referring them, always. And if you, and I don't do that without having experience with them either. So good products and good people that bring amazing results into people's lives, I'm always referring them. And I don't get paid by anyone to do anything. I choose to do that because of, I think, the position that I'm in and the coaching business that I have. But if it were in any other environment and I referred somebody on, and I've referred my business coach on before. I've worked with several business coaches and he pays $500. And I've received that because, and I've set some people up in business with digital coaching programs because of the referral. Something that's benefited me is now working for them as well. And sometimes I've used that $500 and sometimes I've passed it on to my friend who's really needed it. So it's yours to do with what you like. Your time is of high value, and your referrals of high value. So let there be a value, connected to your time and your word. But other than that, my lovies, that is it. I want you just to remember, next time you pass a thrift store, just pop in, give it 3 minutes. If you have 3 minutes to spare, go in for 5 minutes, check it out. Spirit of Beauty in Africa. This Saturday is our first coaching call. You will by now have all of the details in your schedule. I'm sure if you don't, you better catch the freak up. Okay, so it is 5 p.m. SAST. Make sure that you have read the communications in our private group. There are only 24 of us there. And that is on, I'll tell you when we get onto the coaching call, what we'll be covering, all practical logistics, outfit, etc., other things. We'll be running through our itinerary, answering any questions you have, money, time, Wi-Fi, contact, cell phones, etc., security, all of that kind of stuff. Don't bring your questions that belong to my tour operator, your flight, your accommodation, etc. That goes to the tour operator. Anything else technical can go to support@lindapage.com. Otherwise, you and I are going to get on Saturday. We're going to get onto our first coaching call, preparing practically with focus and intention for your trip in October. Okay, it's very exciting. It's happening. It is unfolding, and it's exciting. The second one is in July, and the third one is in August. And by then, you'll be well on your way. So we'll be talking your photo shoot outfits. Remember, do not share them. Do not compare them. For reasons that I've explained before, I don't want you sharing or comparing any of the inspiration that you have for either of your photo shoots, okay? I've got good reason for that. All right, other than that, that's it for this week. Echo, I'll be seeing you shortly. In fact, my love, if we get off before the top of the hour, if we're both available, we can hop on. Otherwise, we have a couple of minutes for Q&A. If you have any questions, just go right ahead and unmute yourself. Otherwise, we're done for today. I see a couple of changes with your Zoom backgrounds. That's nice. Good to see. Renee, you're nice and clear as well. I like the non-busy background. Really suits you. It makes you easier to see. Really good. And that's it. And is that your little girl there in the background, Safiri? Or a little something? You can say hi to him or to her. All right. And, yes. Hello, gorgeous. Hi, sweetie. So, Safiri, no questions from your side?
No, my only question was about the book, your book. For me, it's $90 shipping cost. So that's a little bit expensive.
Oh, wow. Where do you live?
In the Netherlands.
Yeah, no, $90. Where are you ordering from? So because we ship out of London and we ship out of the US. So obviously what I don't have control over is US or UK shipping rates or timelines, but that sounds excessive. That doesn't sound right.
No,
So,
it isn't right for me either.
Not at all. It is a very heavy book. So it's about just over 2 kgs. It's almost 5 pounds in weight, but still it shouldn't be $90. And if you're getting a $90, then it sounds like you're getting an American quotation, and it should be in GBP. It should be in pounds. Okay. So just go back to, so our distributors, just go back and just say, could you please confirm, is it shipping from London? There will be an email address that you can contact, and let's see what comes back. Okay, that does sound excessive. I have shipped from London to Europe many times. So go back. And then if you still need help with that, support@lindapage.com, let Jason help you.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you. All right. Good stuff. Otherwise, no other questions. Wave at me if you do. If you don't, we're going to wrap up. Keep it nice and short and sweet this week. And good job for being here again. Thank you that I get to do life with you. Thank you that you bless my eyes with your beauty and your color and your diligence and your excellence. I always love to see you here. There are some exciting things ahead, okay? So stay focused and stay tuned. And Echo, would you give me a quick yes or no? If you're available right now, we're about 13 minutes ahead of schedule, then you and I can hop online. I'll send you a separate message in case you're not catching this. All right, guys. So thank you. Bless you. You go on and shine your light bright. Remember, there's no dimming. There's no dialing. It's just 10 out of 10. Dial it up. Thank you for being women who are trustworthy and who are raising other women up. You have no idea how much you're helping others. You have no idea. We reached 6,000 in our group the other day. It's taken less than 2 years to go from 0 to 6,000, and not just to 6,000, but high quality. We say, I've got a team who actually approves or declines a membership to our group every single day. If they're not looking like they're legitimate, if they're not ticking all the boxes and they haven't answered the questions, we decline a lot of people. It's a quality over quantity thing I'm doing here. I don't want just 50,000 people. I want high quality, integrous women to do life with. That's how you cultivate an intentional culture. That's how you want to do yours. All right, beauties. Have an awesome day ahead. Have an excellent Tuesday, because every day is Tuesday, and I'll see you on the other side. Cheers.